All right, let's get right into it. You see the charts for companies like Nvidia just going straight up. You hear the nonstop buzz about AI everywhere, and one word just screams out at you, right? Bubble. It feels exactly like the dot-com era all over again. But what if? What if we're all looking at this completely wrong? See, the whole idea we're digging into today starts with this really bold claim. It argues that, yeah, it might look and feel a whole lot like 1999, but the game being played today, it's a fundamentally different beast. And maybe, just maybe, it's a lot more dangerous. And that right there, that's the core thesis. The argument isn't just that the AI boom is overvalued or a little frothy. No, the argument is that this is a carefully constructed economic trap, and some of the biggest companies in the world have already walked right into it. Now, I get it. You see a company like Nvidia with a valuation that's bigger than the economy of most countries, you hear every expert on TV screaming bubble, and you just brace for the inevitable pop. But the source for this explainer says we're all focused on the wrong battlefield entirely. So how is this word different? Okay, let's put these two eras side by side. The dot-com war, that was all fought over pure speculation, just hype. The foundation was basically a fantasy with these flimsy startups like Pets.com chasing a totally meaningless metric called eyeballs. But the AI war, this is being fought over very real, very expensive capital and physical infrastructure. The key players aren't tiny startups. They're absolute giants like Microsoft and Google. And the key asset isn't some abstract idea. It's hundreds of thousands of actual, tangible, incredibly expensive GPUs. So all those people saying, oh, this time is different because it's built on real stuff. Well, this analysis actually agrees with them. But here's the twist. It argues that this very difference, the fact that it's built on real things, is precisely what makes the situation today so much worse than a simple bubble. And this brings us right to the heart of the argument, what the source material calls the Great ROI Scam. Because, if you're spending literally trillions of dollars on real infrastructure, there is one question that matters more than anything else. Does all this investment actually generate a return? I mean, forget about stock prices for a minute. Is this technology actually creating real-world value? Is it making the companies who buy it more productive? Well, the data suggests something pretty shocking. 95%. Just let that number sink in for a second. According to a report from MIT, the vast, overwhelming majority of companies spending a fortune on generative AI are getting absolutely nothing back. Zero. The money is just vanishing. And this is the crucial point. We're not talking about a bubble of valuation where stock prices are just crazy. This is what's being defined as a bubble of utility. The infrastructure is real, the money being spent is real, but the actual usefulness, the productivity boost everyone was promised, it's just not there for almost anyone who's buying in. Okay, so that leads to the biggest, most obvious question of all, right? If pretty much nobody is making any real money using this technology, why on earth is everybody still spending billions and billions of dollars on it? Well, the answer lies in this really clever mechanism the source calls the circular war. This is the total paradox at the heart of this AI boom. It just doesn't seem to make any logical sense. But when you actually follow the money, you realize it's a brilliant, self-sustaining loop. It's a completely closed system. Let's walk through how this trap actually works. Step 1. A tech giant, say Microsoft, invests $10 billion into an AI startup, like OpenAI. Step 2. But here's the kicker, the catch. That startup is required to spend that investment right back on the tech giant's own cloud services. Step 3. All of a sudden, Microsoft's cloud revenue looks like it's exploding, and its stock price just soars. And step 4. VCs see this incredible growth, and they dive in, repeating the cycle, funding more and more startups, who then have to buy more and more infrastructure from the giants. It's a perfect closed loop. The entire ecosystem is literally a snake eating its own tail. The money never actually leaves the system. The tech giants aren't just selling shovels in a gold rush here. No, they're lending money to the miners, forcing those miners to buy their specific overpriced shovels, which then makes the shovel company's stock look incredible, which, of course, attracts even more miners. It's a perpetual motion machine fueled by capital. So what happens when a machine like this finally runs out of gas? The source we're looking at offers a pretty chilling final verdict. This isn't just going to be another stock market crash. No, it's something called a capital extinction event. See, unlike the dot-com bubble, which was a sudden, dramatic pop, this isn't going to be a big single-day event. It's going to be a slow, painful, agonizing great write-down. A gradual, horrifying recognition in boardrooms all over the world that the trillions of dollars they poured into so-called AI transformation are just gone, vaporized, worthless on the balance sheet. The stakes are just fundamentally different this time. The dot-com crash, that was about day traders losing their shirts on speculative stocks. The consequence of the AI trap, it's so much bigger. We're talking about the world's largest companies potentially wiping out trillions in capital on infrastructure that, in the end, failed to deliver on its one single core promise. And we'll end on that last, kinda haunting line from the source. The battle was never really about the hype. It was always supposed to be about utility. And if that utility never actually shows up, what happens to the trillions of dollars we've all spent chasing a ghost? It's a question worth thinking about. Thanks for tuning into this explainer.